Hello civilians. Welcome back to our channel. And today we will be talking about the 5 brutal truths about running a business with no money. So, let's begin. So, you're an entrepreneur who wants to build the next trillion-dollar company, but you don't have money. You're not a minority, as there are millions of people just like you who have big dreams of making it big as entrepreneurs, but they lack resources. Now, what we will say might make you sad and angry, but it's the truth, and it would be better for you if you accept some brutal facts of reality as soon as possible. Starting a business is hard, and running a business is harder, no doubt about it. But if you have adequate resources, it doesn't make it easy, as it's still difficult to run a business. But it makes it comparatively easier when compared to someone who doesn't have adequate resources. But on the other hand, even big large corporations have failed in the past that once enjoyed massive profits and market share, whereas people with little to no background have made it big in the corporate world. This means that despite a lack of resources, you can still build the next trillion-dollar company which could revolutionize how the world works. It could be your invention or discovery that will lead the path to superior products and services which will help humanity to take a big leap towards the future. All you need is a lot of will, determination, focused efforts, and some money. But take one step back and think about the reason why big corporations fail despite having almost everything. They fail because of many reasons, but the truth is that running a business is a serious job and not for the faint-hearted. When you watch a motivational video about a person who rose from absolute poverty and became wealthy, successful, and famous, you think that you can do it too. Of course you can. We wish you all the very best for your future. But where these so-called motivational videos fail to deliver is that they provide little to no value when it comes to technical know-how. You can see this phenomena during the new year. Every year, people join gym in the hopes of getting fit, only to leave it from February. While motivational videos provide with ample motivation and dopamine, they fail to provide you with any practical knowledge that might help you in the long run. Now, starting a business requires you to have knowledge and skills in various arenas such as marketing, sales, human resource, accounting and finance, legal and compliances, and operations. While no one is an expert in everything, but a business owner needs to know at least the basics of everything in order to get successful. For the past 3 years, I have been a struggling entrepreneur. Notice the word struggling? I use that on purpose as in the last 3 years my 3 businesses have failed and I lost money in each of those businesses. Now here's a fact. More than 95% of small businesses fail within the first 5 years of operations. Why don't you hear about them? It's because they don't make a great headline for a business magazine like Forbes or Fortune. You only get to hear about the business that makes it to success, but not the millions of businesses that didn't. Not that every business is bound to succeed. There will be some failures, that's a given. But business magazines, social media, and motivational videos portray only one side of the story or half truth. Now, I am about to tell you the complete truth that you go through when you don't have enough money while running a business. Now, the first point is slow growth. One of the main problems that you face while running a business with less money is that the growth is usually very slow. Now, I'm not a fan of rapid expansion as I don't like spreading too thin. But when you are building a business, you need to grow your business at a steady pace. But this doesn't happen when you don't have enough money. Before you start your business, do you even know anything about running a business and the costs that are related to it? You need various costs such as startup cost, marketing and advertising cost, operational cost, a backup fund in case of an emergency like a COVID-19 pandemic or a recession. When you don't have adequate money to start a business, your business grows very slowly. This isn't a very bad thing, but years will pass by and you'll notice that while some of your competitors have gained a healthy market share and expanded into various territories, you are stuck like a hamster in a wheel. Now the second point is one-man army. Building upon the previous point, when you have less money, you become a one-man army. Being a one-man army isn't bad for you as it helps you to hone your skills and develop that business acumen which will help you later in your life. But where things go crazy is the fact that you are overwhelmed by everything that you have to do on a daily basis just to keep your business alive and running. It sounds really cool to be a one-man army until and unless you actually need to become that. Even if you somehow manage to do everything for a while, you will eventually get burnt out and things will come to a point where you have to quit doing everything. But even if you don't get burnt out and you somehow manage to survive, you will be back at the previous point, which is slow growth. Hence, if you seriously want to run a business, you need to reconsider your goals and reassess the amount of money you have before you begin your entrepreneurial journey. Now, the third point is missed opportunities. The biggest downside of not having a lot of money is that there are missed opportunities which you will regret later on. I will give you a prime example of one of my friend who's a photographer by profession. He lost on a major project which could have paid him in good proportion. He lost on the opportunity as he didn't own a certain camera that was needed to complete the photo shoot. He also lacked the necessary camera equipment like a camera lens, lighting setup and enough manpower to assist him during the shoots. It sounds really cool that just with the help of a camera you can be the best photographer in the world. But in reality, it takes a lot more than that. If he had the necessary equipment with himself, he could have completed the project, which would have not only paid him well but also would add in his portfolio and increased his reputation and goodwill as a photographer. Not having money will give you regrets that you might not forget throughout your entire life. Now, the fourth point is no personal life. When you start a new business, personal life takes a backseat, and there's very little room for spending time with friends, family, or engaging in entertainment. But things get worse when you're running a business on a shoestring budget. A person who has adequate resources can hire some employees and delegate some of his work to them. He can also automate and outsource other business operations for a more seamless experience. But when you don't have enough money, you are basically a one-man army. Since you don't have enough money to delegate, automate, or outsource the operations of the business, you have to burn the midnight oil. Early mornings, late nights, and working more than 100 hours a week become the new normal for you, leaving little room for personal life. You miss birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, family gatherings, festive occasions, and get together with your friends and loved ones. Although it's not bad since you're working on the next big thing, but I just wanted to clear out the expectation that you will have time for you, because you won't. Now the fifth point is lots of stress. If you thought that you won't have any stress while running a business with less money, then you are highly wrong. Running a business involves a lot of stress irrespective of your resources, but the amount of stress that you go through skyrockets when you don't have enough money. If you combine all the previous 4 points, you get a lot of stress. You get stressed because you are a one-man army, your business is growing slowly, you have missed opportunities, and you have no personal time for you or your family. Now this will amount to a lot of stress. A business owner will be somewhat in stress, but in your case where you don't have enough money, your stress levels might shoot up through the roof. A little stress is good, but a lot of stress for you in the long run isn't. Now, concluding things up with everything that we just discussed, running a business is quite a challenging task in itself, and if you lack resources, it becomes even more difficult and you have to level up in order to make your dream a reality. But don't get discouraged, as there are a lot of people who came from little to no background and made it big as entrepreneurs. If you look at Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, you will be motivated to start a business irrespective of your resources. Both of these two entrepreneurs came from humble beginnings and now they are the top 2 richest people in the world. If they can, so can you. But you need to be strategic about your journey and take steps that can take you forward in your journey. You need to educate yourself about business and entrepreneurship via books, videos, courses, magazines, newspapers, articles and blogs, documentaries, and whatever you can possibly find. You must research about case studies of brands and biographies of entrepreneurs. Research about both the successful ones as well as the unsuccessful ones, because the successful ones will teach you about what to do and the unsuccessful ones will teach you about what not to do. Your own experience can teach you a lot if you reflect upon your journey and think wisely. Our intention with this video was never to discourage you. We only wanted to tell you that there will be a lot of hurdles and setbacks. But if you keep educating yourself and keep on learning from your experience, then no one can stop you from being the next big thing. But remember that when you see the story of someone getting successful despite all odds, you might see the money, fame, or even success, but not the struggle behind it. We just wanted to give you a full picture of what happens behind the curtain that nobody sees. Now, for those of you who are still with us, we have a bonus for you. Now, although you can start a business with less money, begin with the basics and later expand gradually. But there's one thing, and that's you can't start a business with no money, and neither you should start a business with no money, because in reality, you can't. Accept this fact as soon as possible and make your life easy. Now we hope that you liked this video, and in the next one we will talk about why you can't start a business with no money. Well, that was it for today, CiBillions. If you really liked our content, then please like, comment, share and subscribe, because your likes motivate us to make content just for you on a daily basis. And do follow us on Instagram, because our community of like-minded people is growing bigger day by day. So thanks for being with us until the end. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.